An activist, Segun Awosonya, aka Segalink, we all know Segalink, on social media is very quite popular. I think he was the one that spearheaded the hashtag End SARS movement, at that time. Yes. Anyways, he recently challenged the EFCC on Twitter to probe the content of the bullion vans seen creeping into the residence of the national leader of the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on the eve of the election that produced President Buhari for his second term. Now, responding, the EFCC told Awosonya to forward a petition against Tinubu on the matter, and they boasted that they had secured 1,245 convictions between 2015 and 2019, which included 2 former governors. Now, the convener of Concerned Nigerians, DG Adeyanju, along with Messrs. Ariyodare Atoye of Coalition in Defense of Nigerian Democracy and Constitution and Adebayo Raphael of Free Nigeria Movement, took up the challenge by the EFCC and submitted a petition against Bola Tinubu. However, some gun-wielding EFCC security agents manhandled journalists who covered the submission of the petition. Now, the title of the petition, addressed to the acting chairman of the EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, was Petition to investigate the source of money conveyed in bullion vans to the home of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu on the eve of the 2019 presidential election. Okay, let me just leave the scripts there. Let's talk about this gentleman. Now, this didn't just happen yesterday. We all know that. But this issue of the petition is why this story is, making the rounds again. Now, first of all, let's look at the laws establishing the AFCC and what their core functions, should actually be. Election is serious business in every country of the world, if I'm correct, especially if it's a general election, such as the one we just had in Nigeria. Now, when you have issues like 2 bullion vans, obviously containing money, entering into the home of a national leader of one of the parties, involved in the election on the eve of the election, do you think EFCC actually needs any kind of prodding or push before they know they are supposed to take some steps in terms of investigation?
Patience. Who set up the EFCC? Who does the EFCC report to? We need to understand that until these bodies become fully independent, you cannot have anything that works. The EFCC reports to the presidency. The presidency was still in power while contesting the election. So how do you expect the EFCC to act? I mean, for me, let me say this. I'm going to say this to politicians and especially various political parties. It's unfortunate that we only hear of political parties just during the elections. And after the elections, they all go back to sleep. It is shameful. It is sad. We don't seem to have what we call viable and vibrant opposition parties in Nigeria. If we had vibrant and viable opposition parties, ordinarily, because of that bullion van, they would have protested and pulled out of the elections. What we're doing now is medicine after death. How many months ago there's a bullion van that happened? The elections have come and gone. A winner has been declared, even though they are still in court. And then you're just waking up from slumber. Nigerians, we like hype. For me, I would say that let us be talking about good roads. How do we have good roads across the nation? Good health system. We should be talking about the border has been closed. Has it achieved anything? If the border has been closed for this long, what is government doing about those who are responsible for manning the borders? We should be talking about affordable accommodation. But you see, this is where I blame the EFCC. The EFCC has been busy running around looking for Yahoo boys. I mean, they claim that they've gotten a lot of convictions. But you see, there's no difference between one person illegally having cash in a bullion van and boys involving themselves in Yahoo Yahoo. They are all the same.
Well,
let me finish, sir.
Okay, sir.
In conclusion, the question we should be asking now is, what if tomorrow EFCC starts investigation and Bola Tinubu tells you that what was in the bullion van that came in was Nyam? How do you go about it? There is no law saying that bullion van should not enter somebody's house. But all I'm saying is that at the time of entry, that is when all these
issues should have come up. All right, Mr. Turner.
Well, this thing happened during the election, and Bola Tinubu Ahmed had even replied that, number one, he's not a civil servant. He's not working for anybody. He's a private man. And again, that anybody that has his money stolen should come out openly. So look, this bullion fund issue, during the election, as we all know, the party agents are there to be fed, to be given transportation money, to be given this, to be given that. And you can't be going to the bank. I'm not vouching for APC or Bola Tinubu at all, but I'm just saying this as it is. These are the money for the boys and all the political parties. You know, during the voting,
primaries and everything.
During the votings, people are saying, look, we see people distributing money openly, and INEC has come out openly and said, look, we don't have power to prosecute these people. We don't have power. So that power is not with the INEC or with the EFCC.
Okay.
The bullion fund contains cash, whether it contains foreign currency or local currency.
Nobody knows.
As far as nobody has ever come out to say, look, my money is missing.
Okay.
So I don't think.
All right, we'll still come back and talk a bit more about this Bola Tinubu's bullion vans and the EFCC. And also, according to a Punch editorial, President Muhammadu Buhari, in his first term, spent a total of 404 days on foreign trips. That's approximately 1 year, 39 days in 33 countries. And the question people are asking on social media is, isn't our president traveling a bit too much? We'll take a break. We'll be back after this. Okay, we're back. I don't know how many more minutes we have before we take the news, but quickly, let me hear your take, Mr. Shopito.
Now, I believe this is this issue of impunity that we've been talking about. Billion lorry in a private building. In fact, when some of my friends raised the issue, I thought it was, I know that Tinubu normally has this police tankers guarding his house. But to now have a good, they could have been more discreet. We all know that Nigerian money, politics have been monetized.
I thought bullion vans only go into banks.
That's what I'm trying to say. That it's not, it's impunity for anybody to now take a bullion lorry and take it to his house. We are talking of, okay, this is the same government talking of cashless economy. We all know that it is people, it is because things they wanted to do were illegal that they now have to now be carrying, otherwise you should be able to use checks and POS for these things. So if you are promoting cashless society, then you now see a bullion lorry going. They could have been more discreet about it. They could carry these things in vans or whatever. But then to go and use bullion lorry, I really, it was really an act of impunity. And I wish him luck with the EFCC, whatever they can do about it.
Okay, so the petition is out there now with the EFCC, and we have to wait it out, and see how the EFCC actually reacts to this petition. All right, let's go take